Hey, and welcome. I'm so excited that you're here tuning in. This is part of my blog, ETA 56 Days, and today is day one of just empowering tools to get you to an empowered mindset, to be able to help you through any situation in your life, any kind of challenge you might be facing. So today, day one, we're going to be talking about emotions. If you see me looking down, it's because I have notes. This is the first time I'm doing a video series and I don't want to forget anything. So today, choosing preferred emotions and practicing your emotions, actually getting in touch with your emotions. Usually we feel like emotions is just something that happens to us, that we just feel and we kind of have to deal with them, and sometimes they're bothersome and sometimes they're great. But I want to kind of get you more in touch with your emotions and realize that they're actually great, that they're wonderful messengers that really tell you a lot about yourself and where you're at, your beliefs, but we'll get into that later. Today is a little bit easier. We're really just starting with think about your week. Think about a typical week. Think about a typical day. Hopefully you have a pen and paper, or get it later when you're actually going back through this and doing this as an actual exercise. So step number one, write down kind of the typical feelings that you feel during the week. And I want you to split these up into two columns, negative emotions and positive emotions. So let's start with negative emotions. What are emotions that you typically feel on an everyday kind of basis, on at least a weekly basis? What are the emotions that you're going through? So I wanted to share a couple of my own at the moment. Luckily, my pregnancy has been pretty much, straightforward, easy. I do get taken for a whirl here and there, especially now being in the third trimester. I get a little bit more emotional here and there. And of course, there's so much to prepare for and so many unknowns, especially for me as a first-time mom. And so just to give you a couple of examples of the negative emotions that I've been going through, let's see, what did I write down? Worry or fear, that can be kind of an everyday emotion for me. Also because I'm very close to my sister and I get to see her on a daily basis, so I know what's happening in her life. So when she gets worried, I get worried. Frustration, that can definitely be, I'm not always the most patient person. So frustration can definitely be up there, especially right now. Running a little hot during pregnancy, I can get frustrated pretty easy. Overwhelm, definitely, like there are just too many things to do, not enough time. Exhaustion, that can be mental, physical. Anxious, there can definitely be some anxiety here and there, especially when I'm doing my baby kick count and he hasn't been as active as he was. There can definitely be a little bit of anxiety. Antsiness, just like, I want to go, I want to move forward, and I just don't have, the time or the whatever at the moment. Other emotions that you could maybe put on that list, if it's something that you feel on a regular basis, could be sadness, depression, hopelessness, deep fear, financial fear, that could be a big one, just general unhappiness. So just really be honest with yourself right now. Nobody else is going to read this list unless you share it. And just really be honest with yourself. What do I feel on a regular basis? What do I feel most often throughout the day, throughout my week? Once you're done with that, think about positive emotions. What do I usually feel on a usual day? What do I feel during a usual week? And then also the biggest one is, what would I like to feel on a regular basis? Because that's really where we're going to. What do I want to feel? And so, for example, for me, this tool would be during labor or leading up to it, or knowing once it's all said and done and I have this beautiful baby in my arms, what do I want to feel? So make your list of emotions, of positive emotions that you want to feel. So for me, that would be happiness, deep joy. I just, when you get that feeling in your heart, deep joy. I want to feel productive, like I'm progressing, like I'm going somewhere. I definitely set myself goals and want to see if I can get through it during the day, during the week. I like to feel passionate, or like one of my favorite spiritual teacher calls it, tuned in, tapped in, turned on, at the height of my creativity, just there, in the zone. I like to feel creative. I like to feel playful. I like to feel loving and gentle and kind. And I really want to feel like I'm of value to the people that I see every day, whether they'll be my massage clients or my life coaching clients. I want to be of value to family, to friends, to really anybody that I interact with. I want to be able to uplift them and empower them and really share authentically who I am. So these are some positive emotions that I want to feel throughout my day, throughout my week. So this is what I shoot for. So once you have this list set up, kind of look at this list. We'll look at the negative emotion list first and kind of decide, is this something that I really have to feel every day? What triggers these emotions? Is it that every time I'm in traffic, I get frustrated? For me, I have a terrible habit of just leaving myself just enough time to get where I need to go. And that's been even a little bit more difficult during pregnancy and nausea, because then it goes a little slower than I'm getting out the door. But I get much more easily frustrated in traffic when I'm running late versus when I'm not running late. So this is an example where I have a lot of control over, am I going to feel this frustration, or am I going to plan better? Am I going to get out the door a little earlier so that I don't have to feel so frustrated in traffic? Oh, that's my kitty cat wanting some dinner. Anyway, think about your day. Is there one coworker at work who just really irks you, and every time you just see him or he opens his mouth, you're just like, oh, going to this just anger or frustration mode? What is it that you could do differently? How could you approach the situation different? How can you think about it different? How can you avoid running into this person? Because you want to be able to kind of limit these triggers throughout your day and throughout your week. And if you really can't limit the triggers, you can ask yourself, can I choose to feel differently about this? Can I choose to maybe have a list of positive aspects about this person? Can I maybe understand this person a little bit more? Is it just a personality trait of this person? They're not really trying to annoy me. This is just how they are. If you can't eliminate a trigger during your day, during your week, how can you choose to feel differently about it, think differently about it, approach it differently? And then go to your positive emotions, and these emotions especially, what do I want to feel more of during my week, during my day, when I get into challenging situations? What do I want to feel? Because the more we practice these positive emotions, the quicker we're going to be able to reach for them. If you have practiced joy, it's going to be quicker for you to reach joy. If you've practiced contentment or hopefulness, it's going to be quicker to reach that state, because it's hardwired in your brain to be like, oh yeah, I know what that emotion feels like. If you can activate a feeling, a really deep feeling of love, of kindness, it'll be quicker for you to reach it. So think about the emotions you want to have more of during your week, and then think about each one of these emotions. Really feel into it. What makes me happy? What makes me feel blissful? What kind of situation can I think about? For me, for example, I have this image of what is it going to be like when the first time that I hold this little baby, the first time that I get to look into his eyes, the first time that I get to, feel his tiny little fingers. What is it going to be like? For me, also, a big emotion that I like is just timelessness, contentment. So for me, that's just imagining myself laying in my hammock, on a beautiful afternoon, sunshine, gentle breeze. I'm outside, got nothing to do for the rest of the day. I'm just lounging in my hammock, reading, just having a really wonderful time. So go through the emotions that you want to feel and also set them up in like everyday situations, you know. I get incredibly passionate when I am on the phone or in person with one of my coaching clients and we have some kind of breakthrough, you know, something clicks for them and you're just like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. I mean, the feeling that I get, that exhilarating feeling of, oh my gosh, it's like a puzzle piece fitting right perfectly where it should. You know, that kind of feeling. What is it during your day that sets you up for having that kind of amazing feeling? Because that's, I mean, I always think about it. Your life really is every day. So long I've kind of longed for an extraordinary life, like someday in the future I'll have this extraordinary life. Well, guess what? Your life is right now. It's today. And every single day, we're really responsible for our own happiness, and we're responsible for how fun and playful our life is. So the more you're aware of which emotions you really enjoy and want to feel, the better you're going to be able to actually create those throughout your day. And then look at your list in the morning. Have it kind of tucked in by your mirror or somewhere where you can look at it and say, these are the emotions I want to feel. How can I feel that in this moment? How can I activate that in this moment? Can I look at a brief YouTube video? Can I look at, you know, pictures of my kids for a second? Can I call my friend for 2 minutes? You know, what's going to activate the feeling that I want to feel more of? Because then at the end of the day, you feel like, yeah, that was a pretty good day. And if you just have day after day after day like that, you don't always need to just run off for a vacation to have a great life. You can actually have a great life every single day. So that's for day one. We ran a little long. I didn't think it was going to be 12 minutes, but hopefully it was fun and entertaining. I would love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear what kind of emotions you're struggling with, which emotions you really want to feel during the day. Let me know some of your stories of how you activate your emotions, and if you need any other kind of help or feedback, definitely post it here. YouTube video underneath it, you can comment, or on my Facebook, which I would love to get comments so we can have, you know, a chat on Facebook. Always fun. Alrighty, links are below, and I see you tomorrow for day number 2. Have a good one. Bye.